Well, welcome everybody to our Super Saturday WebEx. It's just a pleasure to be hosting this grand event. We have some incredible information to present to you today by some of the legends in Nikken. Not too often do we gather such a team, but today is different, and they are so passionate about the topic of the Business 21 Club and the Paragon Award. The Business 21 Club and the Paragon Award have been updated and reshaped for today's business market, and I have some of the Nikken's finest leaders with us today. We have Royal Ambassadors Dennis Williams, Dave Johnson, and we have Royal Diamond Pat Terry and Mac McDonald and Bo Tanis, who gathered these fine leaders together to present to you what I think will be a presentation you'll want to get everyone to listen to over and over. And yes, it is being recorded and will be posted for replay. So I have a few announcements before we get started today. So right off the bat, I have a very special announcement. This is always fun because it's our Super Saturday promotion. I know Marissa's going to show us a slide, but the first 100, this is the promotion, write it down, the first 100 business builders who submit a completed application for the Business 21 will be entered into a draw. And from this pool of 100 names, there'll be 10 winners that will be randomly selected to receive 3 nights of free accommodation at the Green Valley Ranch Resort in Las Vegas for the National Leadership Conference from October 21st to 25th this year. So all of you who are qualified with the 1,000 PV to attend but missed out previously on the qualification for free room nights, this is your lucky day. So you have a second chance. So get your notepad out and take some great notes from today's presentation and get your 21 Business Club, your Business 21 Club started. But first off, I just have a few more things. The Las Vegas event, we are holding a 2.5-day gold training starting on October 21st at 7 p.m. through to October 23rd, and that's 50% off the regular price. Now, this is a live gold training that is only being offered live like once this year. So if you're a serious silver rank and above and serious about building your Nikken business, this is the training you want to attend. The trainers for this class, are Jeff Isom, and most of you know Jeff Isom is our incredible trainer from the Humans Being More, and Larry Prophet, our Executive Vice President of International Sales at Nikken University. So you must have attended a Humans Being More training previously and are silver rank or above. And remember, to achieve the Paragon Award, you've had to be registered and attend gold training. So this is a perfect opportunity. This is a hands-on class. It's a participation class. And you'll be really taught a train the trainers trainings, if you get all the train the trainers I'm talking about. But you will be trained very well. And we have our 3 Royal Ambassadors, Dave and Valerie Johnson, Dennis and Ruth Williams, Wolfgang Sonnenberg from Europe will be dropping in to support this training with their incredible business building knowledge. So we also want to support the Spanish and French language. If we get good numbers in either language, we will be supporting those in language. So get registered, and we really want hundreds of people to get registered today with that. The Humans Being More training is also going to be offered at 50% off in Las Vegas at our leadership weekend. So get all your new people to enroll and attend this training, both in English and in Spanish. And we will offer in French as well if the language numbers are supported. So also get registered now. So really, we're coming up to the last 4 days of the month, the end of July. And it's really not a time to sit back. It's really a great time to pour on that extra effort to make this month of July count. And if you're near rank advancing, let's just get it done. Let's move on, and, you'll be there. And it's just a reason to really pour on your business for the last 4 days. So really, one of the reasons you really want to rank advance this month, and those who have joined Nikken after April 1st, 2013, you still have time to qualify for the 3 free room nights. And if you are you're qualified for the first 90 days after you join Nikken, and that's right up until September the 30th. So if you sign someone up today, they've got till the September 30th to actually, get registered or get qualified to come to our National Leadership Convention in Las Vegas. You complete the 1,000 PV over the same 90 days, and you're automatically invited to attend the National Leadership Conference, and you're eligible to purchase two tickets. And And if you rank advanced to silver this month, you'll be awarded 3 room nights if you started after April 1st, 2013. So our Nikken theme this year at Las Vegas is called the Nikken Revolution. And this is going to be great. Thursday, October the 24th is a general session. Lots of recognition, new product announcements. You come and bring your new person to feel the power of Nikken, the vision of our really bright future, and celebrate an incredible year. We're going to host a beautiful lunch around the resort pool. Thursday night, the gala dinner and dance has got a theme called Vintage Vegas. So anybody who loves their Vegas entertainment, you can show up in costume. The entertainment for this event is going to be amazing. After all, we're in Las Vegas, so we expect entertainment Vegas style. So on October the 25th, which is Friday, we're going to have workshops all day. Nikken will be hosting incredible workshops from our amazing diamonds and Royal Diamond leaders and corporate staff. To kick off the day, on Friday, October the 25th, Royal Ambassador Wolfgang Sonnenberg will present an incredible training. You won't want to miss that. We also have Dave Balzer will also be presenting on this day, talking about the Nikken amazing products. So lots and lots more to come, lots more announcements. You don't want to miss Friday, so I'm just asking you to put that in your plan, stay for Friday after the general session on Thursday. The entire event will create a momentum in your Nikken business leading right up to 2014. This is not an event you want to attend alone. It's really all about how many new consultants can you bring with you. There is lots of time to qualify and get new people registered. Like I said, 1,000 PV is still in play for those who join Nikken after April the 1st, right up till September the 30th. If you have qualified already and are attending, your job now is to bring someone new with you to this event. For every new person you bring, your check could jump $1,000 a month. It's amazing what these events do for your business. The Nikken Revolution Conference is going to be powerful, a game changer for 2014, and it's what you do today that will affect your business for next year. So that's really the last word from me this morning. I've got to remember there's going to be a kickoff call on August the 1st at 6 p.m. Pacific time, so everyone's welcome. And there'll be lots of news and announcements, so you want to make sure. There's a big announcement on that call, so you want to make sure you are attending. But today is a very special day. It's on July the 1st, Nikken announced a much-loved contest promotion that had previously been in play with Nikken, and Royal Diamond, Bo Tanis, is so passionate about this topic that he was the most excited person, when we announced the 21 Club was back. And he offered to put this amazing presentation together for everybody and invited all his friends on this call. So Bo is one of our founding leaders in Canada, and we are so fortunate to have tracked him down in Minneapolis, Minnesota today. And so good afternoon or good morning, Bo, wherever you are. Welcome to the Super Saturday.
Thank you, Colleen, and hi, everybody. This is exciting. We have truly the best presenters, trainers, and leaders in Nikken on the call today, and I'm very excited to share really seminal information, fundamental information about what we're doing and the most effective ways of doing it. So wherever you are, whether you're listening alone, live, or if you're listening to the recording, do take notes. Or if you're with a group of people, do take notes, because you'll want to internalize this, make it your own, and apply it. These are the best practices of how to operate the Nikken business. And with all the speakers here, it's going to be incredible. First of all, for those who are brand new, let's talk about getting started with Nikken. First of all, we're with a tremendous company. Nikken has a legacy of success. It started in Japan back in 1975. It's the world's only total wellness company. Not a company just offering one or two products, but really the complete selection of products, of natural solutions for better living. It's been operating now in almost 40 countries and is expanding. We've done billions in sales. The company has a 5A1 financial rating, which means it's solid, debt-free company. And it's a legacy company, which means it's been around for a long time. I'm actually at an advanced network marketing leadership training seminar here in Minneapolis. And I've heard many of the top multi-million-dollar earning consultants from various companies. We're all sharing ideas, and all of them say that if you hear of a startup company, turn and run the other way, because very few of them survive. And we are a legacy company, and we're building a legacy business, something that you can start, enjoy the better health, the financial freedom, and a luxurious lifestyle if that's what you want, but it's something you can pass on to other people. Nikken is based on a universal philosophy of humans being more, living your fullest life, and a balanced life in the 5 pillars of health: healthy body, mind, family, society, and finances. Getting started. First of all, we are in the profession of network marketing. We have 2 main aspects to Nikken: the amazing products and company, and the means of distribution, which is network marketing. And what's wonderful about it, and I'm so proud to be involved in this profession and now to be a leader after years in this profession and empowering other people to become leaders, it is a win-win opportunity. The more we help other people win, the more we win. The business of the 21st century, as defined by Robert Kiyosaki, is network marketing. And he says the rules of money have changed. And most people are not even aware of it. They're still operating with old ideas of working harder, trading time for money, and job security. Well, in this economy, it makes very good sense to have more than one source of income, have a plan B. And in my case, the plan B became a plan A. And within 6 months, I was doing Nikken full-time. This was over 20 years ago, and it's gone on to create an incredible lifestyle of millions of dollars in income and a global team. And all these people on the call are in a similar situation, if not much more so than mine. So your sponsor and support team members will help you learn how this successful business model works and will help you to start and develop your own ideal business. The bigger your network, the more people you help, and the more money and freedom you earn. Bottom line, the bigger your network, the bigger your check. How do we do Nikken? Briefly, to help many people with Nikken and to build a successful business and income, you will do a few basic activities over and over, and you'll hear this a few times today. Number 1, use the products that go on auto ship. Number 2, work closely with your sponsor and support team, and use prospecting and training tools. And tools are audios, videos, brochures, and websites, online support. And definitely attend silver training online as soon as possible, and definitely attend a humans being more training right away. That is a life-changing experience in and of itself. Make a list of names and definitely select the top people on that food chain, so to speak. Talk about it with your sponsor and successful upline leaders, and they'll help you to contact and invite people to discover Nikken. And we say we want to invite people to discover all of Nikken, the products and the opportunity. And as I would say, if I was calling Colleen, I'd say, Colleen, I'm involved in something I truly believe in, I'm very excited about. I encourage you to discover all of Nikken, the products and the opportunity, and then tell me what's best for you. So just something very simple, speak from the heart, share your story, demo some products, and give people information, which is the tools. And start with ABCs. You're going to be hearing from Royal Ambassador Dennis Williams exactly what is an ABC and the logic and power behind it. And then finally, follow up with a 3-way call. Bring people to a Nikken event, whether it's an in-home or a hotel wellness preview, any Nikken event or a webinar, and then invite them to join. Ask them what they want from Nikken and help them to get it. Maybe they just want to be a customer and enjoy the products. Maybe they want to become financially free. So this is really when you're getting a new person started, when you want to use the help of your sponsor and upline leader to make sure that people get started right. At this point, I want to introduce Pat and Mac. Mac McDonald and Pat Terry are 2-time winners of the Consultant of the Year Award for North America, the Royal Diamonds. They have an international team, and we just love these people to death. They're wonderful people and very smart. Pat and Mac, are you there? Looks like they may be muted.
Yes, we are here. Sorry about the mute. We didn't want to make a whole lot of noise while you were talking, Bo, because you had such great information, but we're excited to be here from just south of Seattle and share some information. But, one of the things that people, when they see the value of Nikken and the opportunity that Nikken has, the first question, if you're asking them, well, how would they like to get started? Generally, people are going to say, well, what is the best way to get started? And so our advice to people is to get your packs. There's a Vital Day pack, a Vital Environment pack, a Vital Sleep pack, and all of them are designed to give you the energy that you need to have during the day, during the night, and so your body can do what it's designed to do, is heal itself. And that provides an entire synergy of energies, and that's what really is most important. Like you said, Bo, there's a whole list of product items, but it takes kind of all of those elements if you really want to get the best outcome for your health and longevity.
And I'd also like to say, if you're doing this as a business model, why would you want to complicate something? You keep it very, very simple, and the pack strategy is put there to launch your business in a very duplicable way, and you're not piecemealing it. So you want to be looking at the pack strategy not just for consumption, but also in the strategy of how to build a business.
And the one area, too, that you want to use your own nutritional program or products, so you want to buy them from yourself, and that's your auto-ship base, because that gives you a great business structure, too. And then use the products and develop your story. So once you have the products, put them to use, develop your story and how they're benefiting you, but not just your, your health story. You need to develop a business story. Would you agree, Pat?
Absolutely, and if you don't have your own business story, you want to borrow a business story. When we started, I obviously had a product story going on, but I wanted to launch this hard as a business. So I would borrow stories like Bo's or Dennis Williams or other successful business people, and I use that as my business story along with where I was going in this business. So develop two stories.
Absolutely. And one of the best things we have right now is to use the Nikken's incentive programs and then share your story every day, because it does take persistent, consistent action, and that's sharing your story. But the new incentives that programs that Nikken has just put together and brought out to us are fantastic, and Dennis Williams is going to go over those. But, I like to at least talk about the incentive programs for the purpose that they're developed. So the Business 21 Club, the purpose is to get you to set some goals, and the goals is going to have a specific outcome. So with a Business 21 Club, the specific outcome is to at least do 21 presentations. So that's focused activity, a minimum of 21 presentations. You can do more, but 21 is the minimum, and you do it in a limited time. So you've got 30 days from the time that you determine that you're going to start it with your first presentation, 30 days to complete it, but it doesn't have to take the 30 days. You could do it in 7, you can do it in 10. With the way this is focused and set up, you could do it in a weekend. It improves your business skills, and by that I mean you're getting personal mentorship and you're getting training from an A. So you, as a new person starting out in the business, you're going to have somebody assist you with the presentation, and it can be not just one A, but several A's. So you're going to get lots of mentorship and training, and you're going to hone your own skills just by listening to the A present to the C. There's massive activity. That creates some momentum that you need to start to develop your business, and it helps you to develop your network, because you're going to start to sponsor people, and then you're going to be working with them to create that depth of a network. It also helps get rank advancements, because even if you just did 221 clubs, successful 21 clubs, by creating the 6,000 in volume that you'll see coming out of this 21 club, that equals silvership. So it certainly helps with rank advancement. The reward, certainly, $250 monetary reward. You're going to get a certificate that you can frame and hang on the wall, and it's going to give you a lapel pin to show that you took the initiative to start your network. And it also, it comes along with that is the natural income coming out of the compensation plan that is so lucrative that Nikken has. And it's going to give you recognition. And most people work for recognition. You're going to see the recognition in the Nikken Family Magazine. You're going to see it on My Nikken in the recognition area. And probably you'll see it at the leadership conferences and other events that you might have with your local expos in the area. So the 21 Club has a specific purpose, and it's significant on how it can help you move your business forward. The Paragon, the purpose is equally important because it's the one that starts you with your rank advancement, your pathway to gold and beyond. The Paragon Award itself is to create 3 silvers within a 90-day period, 3 months, and if you did create 3 silver legs, you'd be gold. If you did it again, you'd be platinum because you'd have 3 more silver legs. So it's your rank advancement, your pathway. It gets you on your track for success. So it enhances your network marketing success because it is that roadmap, and it gives you a much more stable network because you start to drive that network a little deep. It goes back and fits with the Teach 3 to Reach 3, because what is the purpose of it is to create 3 silver legs. So that's your 3, and those 3 can then continue to reach 3, and it builds that massive network and starts to increase your network marketing income. And certainly if you're in business, you want to have that income increase. But additional, it has a reward of $1,000 monetary reward. You have your choice of the $1,000 monetary reward or an engraved iPad. And if you look at doing the 21 Club, which leads into the Paragon, you could see the monetary rewards coming just from those extra pay of about $1,750. Again, that's significant income. And the recognition, so important again, Nikken Family Magazine, at the Leadership Conference, and at My Nikken. So, the best way is to not think about it. The best way is just to get started. Would you agree, Pat?
Well, absolutely. What I'd like to say in simplicity is the Business 21 Club and the Paragon that we'll go into more in detail and the Mac just laid outline. Think of it as a roadmap for a new person to get into momentum and have a measurable outcome of success. At the same time, they can turn right around and duplicate the system, and they can get an incredible amount of success, and it ripples into their team. So an example is we had a new person that wanted to go gold, and he launched a fairly new person. And so this is a new person kind of running a new person, and he said, what should we do? And I said, why don't you embrace the 21 Club and target this person silver? And he goes, okay. So they're on the road and to do that, and very close. I mean, we'll see at the end in the next 4 days. But at the same time, he says, I could see how I could do this 2 more times, and I could be gold by this time. And then he says, what should I be doing with my one that's going to go silver this month? And I said, have her looking into the 3 to find the one, remember, the Teach 3 to Reach 3, figure out which one's ready to go there and start her repeating that. And if she can embrace the Paragon, be moving toward that. And you can see how your network is going to expand in width and depth and income and solid. And what was interesting is not any of them needed to know how to do the business per se. They needed to know the structured format to run on and just have fun with it. So it's very big success.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that's the purpose of them. So is what we want to do is just turn this over to probably one of our most favorite royal ambassadors. Not that all 3 of the royal ambassadors in the world aren't favorite, but he happens to be one that mentored us along in the program, and we took his lead. He's very soft-spoken, has a purpose, and really knows what this business is all about. And we were just so fortunate to have Dennis Williams of the Ruth and Dennis Williams team be there for us and help us along. We followed their lead, we followed their model, and I want to turn it over to the fantastic Dennis Williams over on Vashon Island. Dennis, take it away.
Well, thank you, Mac and Pat. Appreciate you guys as well. I'm coming to you from beautiful Vashon Island, life in the slow lane out here in the middle of Puget Sound between Seattle and Tacoma. And it's great to be with everybody today. We're going to be talking about an ABC demonstration right now, and just kind of look at the bottom of the screen there. For this illustration, the B is the new consultant. A will be the experienced consultant who delivers a Nikken presentation demonstration to C, who is the new prospect of B. So this is the logic behind what we're going to be doing here. Oftentimes the question comes up, who should I share with first? Who should I talk to first about starting a Nikken, helping me, present Nikken 2? Well, I put a couple of headings up here: skill level in presenting on the left, and level of association there on the right. And I'm put some numbers below each one of those. What these numbers mean, is the one on the under skill level in presenting means you're brand new. You don't know much of anything. It's all new to you. You're all of us, when we first started, we were a lousy networker before we became a good networker. So pretty much we all start as a 1. And the better you get, the higher the number will be until you can be an 8, 9, or a 10 and present with confidence to anybody, anywhere. On the right-hand side, level of association, a 10 is somebody that you really have a close association with, and a 1 would be a complete stranger. For example, when Ruth and I joined Nikken, we called her Mom. We didn't know much of anything, but her mom was a 10 in level of association to us. And I remember Ruth saying, "Hey, Mom, guess what? You're going to be a Nikken consultant." And she said, "Okay, what is it?" And that wasn't that hard to do. And the reason that this works so well is if you put a plus sign between any one of those numbers straight across, all the way, anywhere on that 2 columns there, you're going to get the same result, which is an 11. So for this purpose of illustration in this training, let's just say that an 11 is the minimum score that it would take to successfully enroll somebody in your Nikken business. So you can see if you're brand new, a 10, you've got it there. But oftentimes what happens is somebody that's brand new has a 1 in skill level, will for some reason want to do cold calls or put an ad in the newspaper and talk to a 1. Well, a 1 plus 1 is a long ways from 11. They probably will have a hard time bringing those people in. So what we suggest is some of the first people that you put on your list to talk to are your 8, 9s, and 10s. People that you know, people that know you. Those are the ones that we want to talk to first. And so then what we have is the ABC triangle. And this will kind of graphically display what we're doing here. Now, if you're going to be the B in your 21 club, this is you, and you've got your 8, 9, or 10s that are going to be your prospects over here in level of association. And then you're going to have a mentor of yours, an upline business partner, whatever, to be your A to help you present. And typically they will be at 8, 9, or 10 in level of skill level in presenting Nikken. Well, then because of this association here between you and your prospect, there's a level of trust and rapport between the two of you. There's also that same level of trust and rapport between you and your presenter. And then what happens is you're going to get those two together and introduce them either in person or on the phone or whatever, and that builds a level of trust and bridge, I would say, trust and rapport between those two. And then your job as the B after you introduce them is to simply be quiet. Take notes, learn, and listen, because you're going to be an A eventually as your C moves over and becomes the B. And so then if you add these two numbers together, you got an 8, 9, or 10 in skill level, presenting to an 8, 9, or 10 in level of association. That score will be a 16 to 20, which will pretty much ensure that you have more success, because it's bigger than 11. And so what I'm going to do now is a little presentation of one of the many ways to accomplish this ABC presentation. And what I'm going to do is pretend to be the B and have Mac be my C and Dave be my A. And there's several ways to set up an ABC presentation, and typically when approaching someone to share Nikken with, I visit with them and ask questions to find some level of dissatisfaction in their life. Questions like, if there was one thing in your life you could change to make it better, what would that be? And then I might say, do you have a plan to make that change? What are you doing now to improve it? And if it changed that way, how would your life be different? And on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most, how much do you want that change? I found that people take action on something because they want to, not particularly because you want them to. So think of the acronym TINY, T-I-N-Y, their reasons, not yours. And then once you find that level of dissatisfaction, you might say, I have an idea that I may be able to help you make that change, and then set an appointment. There's another approach that works especially well for new people, and especially well with this Business 21 Club incentive. I might call someone and say, I'm just starting my business, and they're one of my 8, 9s, or 10s, and I've always admired you and the success you've had, and I want to be successful as well. I don't know if you'd be interested yourself or not, but, I could use your help. And I found those words, I could use your help, or I know you'd help me. Who's going to say no? Especially if you're a young person talking to an older person that has a lot of success. They'll want to help you. And they say, what can I do to help you? And you might say, well, our parent company has set up an incentive contest where I present our business to 21 different people in a 30-day period. Will you be one of the people I present to? Because I'm fairly new at this, they'll agree. And so because I'm fairly new at this, I would like to introduce you to a mentor of mine who can better explain what we do and answer any questions that you may have. Would you be agreeable to visiting with him on the phone? Great. Then you set up a time with your C when it would be convenient to make the call. And then I would contact my A, which would be Dave, and see if he was available at that time and tell him a little about C, Mac. For example, Mac is a retired colonel in the Air Force, and his wife Pat is a nurse with lots of health challenges. It appears that both the products and the business should be of interest to them. They're really nice people, and I think you'll enjoy visiting with them. Then at the appointed time, I'll call Mac, the C, and get him on the phone, and then put him on hold while I call Dave, the A. And when all three of us are on the phone, I'll introduce Dave to Mac. I might say something like, Mac, I have Dave Johnson on the phone with this. Dave and his wife Valerie are legends in our business. They're one of only 3 Royal Ambassadors in the world, which is the highest level of achievement in our company, and they're one of the most successful people in this profession. He and his wife have had Nikken as their full-time career for over 20 years, and they've helped dozens of people become members of the company's Millionaires Club and helped thousands of others earn substantial full or part-time incomes, not to mention the thousands of families whose health has been dramatically improved with the products because they caught the vision of this company many years ago. We're really fortunate to have Dave with us on the phone today. Dave, say hello to Mac.
Mac, this is Dave. How are you?
Hey, Dave, I'm fantastic.
Oh, great. I'm very glad to meet you. Dennis has been telling me a little bit about you, and you sound like the kind of guy I'd like to get to know.
Oh, really? Well, I respect Dennis a lot, and I'd like to hear more.
Oh, great. Hey, Mac, if you got a couple of minutes, would you tell me a little bit about you?
Well, yeah, I'm a colonel in the Air Force, just getting ready to retire from the Air Force, and my wife is a nurse, and she's kind of burnt out on her nursing career, and she's kind of experiencing a lot of physical challenges. So we were kind of curious to know, what our future is going to be, and we're keeping our options open, but we've got to do something because, frankly, military people don't retire, they transition. So I've got to transition to something.
Oh, great. Hey, I'd like to just say thank you for your service to our country. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so do you live pretty close to Dennis?
As the crow flies, I guess we're about probably 5 miles as the road and the ferries go, probably half an hour.
Yeah. I guess one of the big questions I always ask people, and you've already kind of told me a little bit about it, so I guess it'd be kind of an obvious, but is there, I'll just ask it anyway, is there anything in your life that you really would like to change?
I've got a good life that I've had with the military. It's just that I've got to now look at going out into the world and get something else. I frankly have lived a pretty free life, and I just don't want to tie it up working for somebody else. But that's what we've been taught to do, and certainly, what would I want to change? Well, I'd like to keep the freedom I have.
Okay, keep the freedom. Okay. And so I guess moving into, it sounds like definitely you want a new career. What would the ideal career look like to you?
Something that would give me freedom. It's kind of basic. That gives me a very good income because you have a good quality of life, and we want to keep that. But something that gives me a little more flexibility. We like to travel, so I want to have the ability to travel, and I just am not looking that I want to have any constraints, limitations. I'm a guy that likes to exercise, so there has to be time built into whatever I do to give me the ability to exercise. So, I need flexibility and give me travel opportunities, and I really want to have fun.
Oh, those are all on my list too, Mac.
Good.
You told me a little. You mentioned your wife a little bit with her nursing career. Now, does she intend keeping that, or would she be possibly your partner in a new venture, or how would that fit in on Pat?
Well, over the last several years, we've been looking for something that we want to work together because we like each other, we love each other, and we don't want to be separated working two different areas. We've spent too much time in the military and her nursing career, having sort of telephone marriages as we are working in different areas, and we're looking for something that we can do together. And certainly, would she give up her nursing credentials? No, because that's always important. You work hard to get those, so you wouldn't want to give them up.
That sounds great. So, if you were working together, doing something that was flexible, fun, free, making a difference, how would that look like in your life? How would you visualize that?
Well, I think that would be ideal if we had the ability to have fun, work together, and be able to travel and not have any limitations. I don't know that there's anything out there like that, but certainly it would be worthwhile trying to find that. I know as we look at a lot of businesses, they have storefronts, you have employees, all those types of things. So, that would be interesting.
Well, if you got a couple of minutes, let me just tell you a little bit about my story. And of course, I think what we want to do is get together sometime soon. I would really enjoy meeting you and Pat, but I'm kind of along the same line as you. I've done a lot of things throughout my working career, and I think I made probably a similar discovery to you, that not all jobs are created equal. Some are definitely more fun than others, and as far as freedom and income potential, making a difference, all of those things, there's huge differences. But what dramatically changed my life was actually a phone call, much like what we're doing right now. I was introduced to someone who quickly became my new friend, and in visiting with him, he started talking about a company, and the more he spoke about it, the more excited I got. And I think Dennis has already told you a little bit about the company Nikken. And when I first heard the name Nikken, it just kind of went right over me. Nikken. How do I connect that? And he explained that was actually an acronym for this long Japanese phrase that translated out into Japanese Health Research Institute. And what really caught my attention was that Nikken is actually a multi-billion-dollar company that was founded way back in 1975, and over in Japan they went from nothing to accumulating $1 billion in sales in less than 4 years, and they were involved in something that I really think will especially interest Pat, because they basically developed a whole really amazing system of health and wellness and incorporated products that have become mainstream over in Japan. And I really believe that this has the answer to the health crises that we're experiencing here in America. This, I believe, can be revolutionary to the way we even think about health. Now, what's really exciting about this, Mac, is over time, when I got in, Nikken was just a rented office in downtown Los Angeles, but they've grown. they've completed a facility in Irvine, California, that has hit such a high pinnacle as far as just what it looks like and what's going on, that several movies have actually used it as a set. If you've seen the movie Iron Man, you've actually seen the world headquarters of Nikken. Tony Stark Enterprises is actually a real building, but it's Nikken's headquarters, and it's all bought, built, and paid for. The only thing left is to just fulfill the destiny. It has a capacity to do $5 billion a year, and all our intent and purpose is to basically reinvent the whole idea of health and wellness. Now, statistically, every Japanese company that's come to America has soon dominated that respective industry, and I've talked to most people, including myself, looking around, how many companies from Japan are represented in automotive or the home entertainment or cameras or copy machines or watches or all of these other things. But name a Japanese company that's in the health arena, and that's what's kind of exciting. Here's the biggest industry, and here's a company that is just getting ready to, I believe, do to health what Toyota did to automobiles. This is huge. I believe this is the next big thing, and boy, if you'd like to, I believe, have a lot of fun, make a huge difference, have time and money freedom by actually being an independent business operator within an arena that Nikken has created, we should get together and learn more. This is definitely worthy of your, I believe, most serious investigation. And so what would be a time that maybe we could get together and just show you everything?
Well, we're kind of open. I still have to wind up my military career, and it might be a couple weeks from now as that time is available. But certainly, always looking for opportunity and respect Dennis. I've known him for a little bit of time, and I think if he's involved in something, I certainly would want to look at it. But how about if I just coordinate with Dennis and see, as my schedule frees up, where we could sit down and perhaps he could show me some things and give me, I don't have an idea of what my role would be, but I'm always open if there's like you say, a good way to have travel, fun, earn money, and work together. That's sort of ideal what we've been working for. So how about if I coordinate with Dennis, and perhaps Dennis and you then can figure out the best time?
Okay, that'd be great. All of those things you just mentioned, that's what's happened for us, and I love it. And what I'd like to do in the meantime is I'll put a CD in the mail to you. What's your physical address? I'll put that, and you can listen to that, and then let's plan on getting together in the next week or so. Okay, good. I can get that address to you, and we can certainly look forward to reviewing that. Okay. I'm looking forward to meeting with you. Well, thank you, Dave.
Okay, thank you, Mac and Dave, and I will turn the time back to Bo Tanis.
Wow, guys, that was very interesting. The ABC is really the core of the Nikken business, and it all started back in Japan. That's how the initial presentations were done. And we've learned that two heads are better than one. And by using all the information that Dennis just shared with you, the power and the logic behind it, it makes sense. But I want to say that when I did get started, I did the ABC. I didn't know what to say or how to do it. And so that was extremely helpful to me. I want to say another thing, too, is that sometimes if a physical person, your sponsor or their sponsor, is not available, the egg is anything other than you. The egg can be a CD, a DVD, a video online, a Nikken event. It's something that speaks on your behalf, and the more you can use the ABC system, the better. Let's talk about the Business 21 Club. The Nikken ABC demonstrations are a key component of both product sharing and business building. To achieve a Business 21 Club award, consultants must complete presentations and demonstrations to, number one, do 21 different prospects. And as was said earlier, that can be done in a group setting, individually, and it doesn't have to take 30 days. You can do it as quickly as possible. In fact, I know some people that will be and have gone silver in just one in one 21 club, because of the fact that they saw so many people and they did much more volume than the minimum 6,000 points. So 21 different prospects achieve a minimum of 6,000 personal group volume points, you and your personal group together. The consultant, the beat consultant, which is you or the new person, must personally sponsor at least 3 people frontline who are seniors. They've come in at 1,500 points or more. Or if they didn't start with that, they ended that month as a senior consultant. And all these requirements must be completed within a 30-day period. Also, the consultants may complete the Business 21 Club incentives as many times as they choose. Now, this is a great way to start your business, and if you've already been in business and you're at any level in Nikken, you can do it again as well. The rewards: Business 21 Club certificate, a Business 21 Club lapel pin, recognition in Nikken Family Magazine, and I'm sure at Nikken events, and a bonus check for that amount of money, $250. All of this information is available on the Nikken website, and certainly in North America, if you go to mynikken.com and go to the Information Center, you'll see the documents, and if you look under Business Documents, all the exact details will be there. I'll go through this very quickly. Rules and guidelines: the same B consultant must team with 1 or more A consultants, and that's a key, that you can have any number of A's, and an A is anybody who's not you. To complete the presentations and demonstrations to all 21 C's, prospects. The B consultant may choose to work with the same A or any number of A consultants to deliver the presentations. The A consultants may participate in the presentation demonstrations remotely also via Skype and conference call. Now that's huge. That can really free up you and your sponsor so they can be doing multiple 21 clubs to people in many places around the country or even around the world. Presentations and demonstrations may be delivered in a group setting of 1 or more C prospects at a time. Individual presentations, demonstrations are not required. The Business 21 Club orders must be submitted through standard ordering channels via phone, fax, or online. And the incentives department cannot process these orders. So you place the orders like you normally would. Now, before we go on to the Paragon Award, I would like to ask these amazing top leaders who I've gotten to know, we've become great friends. They just have so much experience. They've helped so many people produce wonderful teams that help lots and lots of people, but also they've helped many people make serious money with Nikken. I would like to begin with Dave Johnson. Would you share some ideas of how to effectively do a 21 club?
Well, yeah, thank you. And you know, one of the things I really love about the 21 Club is this is part of the culture of Nikken. When I first joined Nikken, way back 23 years ago, that's what we talked about was 21 Club. And in fact, I just got to tell you, July this month is my anniversary. 23 years ago, everything changed in my life. I joined Nikken. But I'll tell you, I got in way too soon. If there ever was a time to just step in and really raise your game, it's right now with Nikken. And this new club, the way that it's organized now, the new structure, is I was just kind of thinking about that, drifting back. When I joined, one of the most powerful things happened. It was a phone call. A phone call can change your whole world. and I just think about that every day when I call somebody, just what might happen. Maybe nothing at all. That's definitely the freedom they have is do nothing and nothing will change. Or they could jump in and take full advantage and everything will change. And we have some very powerful stuff when we can be the keeper of the flame. When we go out and touch somebody with this, it just changes everything. And when I got in, I just decided right then and there that my new friend, my upline, that I was going to just have him as a mentor and guide me. We did ABCs, called lots and lots of people, and basically my script was, hey, I've just made a career change. This is the best thing I've ever seen. This is what I'm going to be doing from now on, and I have a new friend. He's super successful in this. He's coming into town. I want to introduce you to him, and then I just let him talk. And I just did that lots and lots of times. I talked to everybody I knew because I wanted to make this count. And so we had about 35 people show up at the Richland Public Library where we held the meeting, and thinking about that with the new parameters. That was my 21 club, and I did it at that single meeting. I had the A and the B and the C, and we showed the product and went through everything, and so I had a successful 21 club in one day. and you can too. The thing I love about this is everyone that's successful has some kind of what would you call it, method of operation, a DMO, daily method of operation. And if you go to the library and get that 21 club, get that sheet, print it out, look at it, that can be your system to follow, your track to run on. And by the time you've done it 21 times, something magic happens. It becomes a habit. And do that again and again. And, if you do this a lot, and then get a lot of people to do this a lot, you'll get rich. And this was already talked a lot about earlier, but when you're doing this, not only are you succeeding by having somebody that's already successful doing something that already works, having that expert, but you're in the most powerful thing that throughout all recorded time has worked to become professional, and that's on-the-job training. Having an apprenticeship, you're learning from the experts, you're side by side, hearing what they say and do, and if you do the same thing that some successful person is doing, guess what? You become successful. And then what you want to do is teach it yourself. The thing, when you're brand new, you want to go to the person that has that magic, the mojo, and then as you become more successful, that transfers into you, and pretty soon you have the flame. And so I would just right now decide you're going to do it and get that thing. Also, just to mention again, you can get started today. Don't wait until August starts. When I joined Nikken, it was the middle of July. I ran like crazy, and we got a lot done because, of course, if you're looking at all the time there is, the past, the future, the only moment we have is right now, and what we do today counts. That's all it does. And so just do as much as you can today, and then do as much as you can tomorrow when that comes, because that'll be today. And then just keep doing that, and your whole life will change. When I got into Nikken, oh my goodness, we'd come out of a pretty bad business failure. I had to go back and get a job that I hated. Lived in a dumpy house that we had never gotten around to fixing up. The car we had, it didn't even have a front on it. We'd hit a deer, didn't have any money to get a new one or fix that one up much, other than just have a friend come over with a bumper jack and pull the radiator back out. And I thought, I'm tired of living like this. I got to change. Nikken came along, and I was still down in a deep hole. But I was excited because somebody had handed me a rope, and I was coming out. And there is so many people right at this moment that are down in a hole, in despair, and we can hand them a rope with this. The neatest product that we have is hope, showing people a way. And so let's just go out and see how good we can do. When I saw Nikken, I just thought, this is the best thing I've ever seen. This is worthy of my all. I'm going to run as fast as I can and just see how much that is. And the last 23 years has been fantastic. Well, I plan on the next 23 years being even better. And who's with me? Let's run, and let's go sign up and do a 21 club and go make a mess, and we'll be glad we did.
Thanks, Dave. Wow, that was fantastic. Mr. Dennis Williams, could you give some best practices and ideas how to effectively do a Business 21 Club?
Yeah, well, a lot of times people who join Nikken often take a long time before they get started. It often seems like they get analysis paralysis. They want to know the details of how all the products work and exactly how the comp plan works to become a Royal Ambassador and so on. But, folks, you don't need to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great. And the Business 21 Club gets you in motion quickly. And as far as the products go, all you really need to know is that if they look like feet, you stand on them. Looks like a seat, you sit on it. Looks like a bed, you lay down on it. Looks like water, you drink it. I mean, it's not that complicated. And the business you can learn as you go. All you need to understand in the beginning is how to get to silver. And after that, you simply teach others to do what you've just done. The other ranks will follow. You don't really need to understand the compensation plan entirely to have it work for you. My mother-in-law, for example, when we started, didn't understand it at all. And she just wanted to help people, so she was sharing and connecting people to Nikken so they could purchase their products at a discount. And in her second month, she received a check for $1,500 and called us and said, "Hey, I think Nikken made a mistake because I haven't sold anything." So we explained to her that the $1,500 was her thank you check from Nikken for generating some business for them. And she didn't think it would be polite not to cash the check, so she did, but she didn't exactly understand everything. And the Business 21 Club provides you with a sense of urgency, with a goal and a time frame. And like has been said, 2 successful 21 clubs in a 30-day window create 6 front-level seniors and 12,000 PGV, which makes you a silver that month. And actually, if you do 1 successful 21 club yourself, and any of your 3 seniors also does one within a 1 to 3 month window, you'll also have 12,000 volume. You already got your 3 seniors, and you'll be a silver then. So there's lots of possibilities to become a silver, develop new silvers in your organization very quickly. And remember that it takes 3 seniors and 6,000 PGV to complete a successful Business 21 club. Someone can become a senior with only 1,500 PGV, so 3 of them is only 4,500, leaving you 1,500 personal group volume short. But you'll find some customers during this process, which can help you make up what you need. And another thing, you're not limited to 21 presentations. If you need to do more than that to accomplish your goal, make copies of the certification list and number the pages, 1 of 4 or whatever many it takes, 2 of 4 and so on. And if you have more customers and will fit on the space allotted on the application for them, make additional copies of that as well and number the pages. Having the ability to do this on a conference call, in person, or using the internet, Skype, WebEx, Bojabi, FaceTime, whatever, and with different people as your A, makes this incredibly simple. Wellness preview where you as the B brings guests to hear the presenter A, could have the presenter B and the A for lots of Bs at the same time. All I can say is what an incredible way to launch or relaunch your business. Go for it.
Wow, Dennis, excellent content. I think I know why you're a Royal Ambassador, too. Pat and Mac, Royal Diamonds, former Consultants of the Year, twice in a row. Please share some best practices about 21 Club.
Well, I kind of want to share it from a little bit more in depth because they gave the big overview and why we should be doing it. And now let's get in motion about how to do it. One of the things is, let me point out that in my opinion, there's 2 kinds of A's when you're doing a 21 Club. There's an A that is the main A over a brand new person. So if I sponsor a brand new person and I'm the one that knows that a 21 Club will give them momentum and create duplication in the team and have an outcome of setting goals and completion, I'm going to be the main A. And what that means is I'm going to take responsibility to run that because I don't want the B to go into paralysis by analysis like Dennis said because they just need to get in motion. But what I mean by 2 A's, the second A is what I call the random A. It's the Skype, or it's the Dennis Williams doing a wellness preview up in the local area, and I as the main A couldn't make that one, and my B is going to show up and carry on being in front of 21 people, or I might not be available, and so we've lined up another type A to fill in. Now, the difference between the 2 A's is a random A. If someone were to get one of us on the phone to do an ABC and a business presentation for someone, we're going to do our best to paint the big picture for that person as an A. We're going to listen to them. We're going to hear their needs, and we're going to fill in the gaps. And then we're going to edify and give back to the B, because we may not be in the local area. We may not be connected to be able to take that to full closure, but we're taking it to the next step, like you heard in the practice call between Dennis, Dave, and Mac, to getting them to the next thing that will lock in a place of closure. So whoever's running that B, the main A, will hopefully carry on and get that B up to speed to get that person closed. So those of you that are filling in and being an A all across the board, your goal is to edify, get the bigger picture, and continue to show a B that they can build their business and not stall because they have to find one person present. They can leverage so many different people to get that person moved through the process to completion. If I'm the main A, I'm going to be there as often as I can because I'm going to be showing my B. One of the nice things about a 21 Club is not only are you just doing a presentation, but you're showing the B that the best part of the skill is to ask high-yielding questions and find out what their interest is. Dennis mentioned that earlier. You do a presentation based on their needs, not on your needs. So if you're an A and your stock presentation is the same every single time, then the B is going to duplicate that. But if the A is asking questions and finding out the person's need and then tailoring it to their need, kind of like Dave was doing with Mac. In other words, what is the need? Where is the change? And then you tailor Nikken to fit into that change, the B is going to learn that. So there's so many reasons that we're so excited about the 21 Club. One, it's the momentum, it's the goal, but it's the B actually learning how to be quiet. It's the B learning that the C's change point or value point is the most important thing you're looking for, so you can tailor a presentation on the bigness of the company. And the other thing is a lot of B's, and why this is named the Business 21 Club, I've been asked this a lot, and it's because you're moving to expand the business and get momentum and preferably do a overlook of the business and the products. But sometimes some of your Bs will bring just a product person to the table, and so the A will listen to the person and ask a few more questions and find out where they're more out of balance in their family, their career, and things like that. And then they'll be able to ask permission to give a bigger picture and give an overview. And so not always will the presentation by the A be quite the same, because you might have to work your way in and show that the B, that you're not just leading with the products, you're leading with the bigger picture. So those are some of the things. The other thing I'd like to say is about the start time of a 21 Club. And understand a lot of times, and hopefully this is the case, you've got a new A, meaning I'm 2 months new in Nikken. I've brought on several new people on my team, and I'm just trying to get my head around what is this 21 Club. And I noticed that, in fact, we just had a call like this the other day where one of our people called and they introduced us to a new person on their team. And they said, oh, so-and-so's on our team about 3 weeks, 2 weeks. And she just ordered a wellness home. And we said, when did the wellness home get ordered? She goes, about 5 days ago. We said, great, perfect time to start a 21 Club. And they go, what? And I said, how many presentations have you done since that day? So we actually started the 21 Club the day the first order went in. And then we said, now we had to count the 30 days and say, okay, well, you started it 5 days ago because that's when you started doing momentum and you didn't know it, and you started having volume come in. Now this is what you need to round out before the end of the 30 days, which is here. And so both of them, the brand new person of 3 weeks and the other one that was only 2 months old, was going, oh, this sounds like a great plan. And so we as an overview or leader are seeing and helping people realize that they may have already started a 21 Club and they can carry it out, and these are the objectives of things that they need to be doing. Another kind of a key point, and I think, Dave, you mentioned it, was Mac and I, every big leader in this business today that has a strong organization, a fairly wide organization, a fairly deep organization, did 21 to 30 appointments in under 30 days. So guess what? This is what this is called, the Business 21 Club. It's what we all did. And so, but what we knew to be true is when you get a brand new person or a person that has people equity, if you could get them all in a room together, whether it be if somebody's launched on the East Coast and you're on the West Coast and you're doing a presentation to them in their home with their people, or because we launched our business that way, not with Skype because we didn't have Skype, but phone, but or you do it in a room and launch them all at the same time. That can be the start of your 21 Club. Now, what you do from that, and this is what we did, was you've got all these people in the room. Now you say to them, what was your interest? And they start to tell you, and you say, great. Tomorrow, let's sit down and talk about this individually for you. So we would actually sometimes launch a new person. They'd have 10 people in the room, and the next day and over the next 2 days, we scheduled individual appointments with them. So it was really a second look, deeper presentation for that person in the next 2 days. And we know if you get people through the process with multiple pieces of the pie in a week or 2 weeks or less, they build on their knowledge, and you have a higher rate of closure for that person coming aboard for the business or coming aboard to be a long-term consumer. So you can maximize your time by doing an in-home or a launch, and then roll it into individual appointments for the 21 Club, and then roll them into a big picture meeting again, and you could come out not just silver in a short period of time. You could actually find one of your 3 leaders that you duplicate and carry on to another 21 Club that will carry you on toward gold and the Paragon. So I'll pass it to you, Mac. Anything you want to add to that?
I think you really covered a lot. I know that Bo wants to dig in there and talk about the Paragon since we talked about rolling 21 Clubs into the Paragon. So, Bo, back to you.
Great information. Thanks so much. I hope you folks realize you're listening to million-dollar earners and vast amounts of experience, great information. This will be recorded, is being recorded. You'll want to download it and listen to it over and over. Even a new person doesn't know what to say or do or how to train new people. Just get people to use this tool and let the webinar do the training for you. I just want to say that the B in this equation doesn't need any skills. They're involved in Nikken, or they're using the products. They believe in it. Just speak from the heart. Tell your story briefly, and then be quiet, like everyone else had said. Let the A do the presentation. It's not about you rambling on for a long time. Share your story briefly, speak from the heart. Recommend that they look at Nikken and let the A do the talking. And finally, these regulations, these guidelines are the minimum. You don't have to do the minimum, as was said. You don't have to stop at 3 seniors. You could get 4, 5, or 6 seniors. When I got started, I sponsored 21 people very quickly in my first 90 days. However, I had 5 seniors quickly, and that exploded my business. So once again, don't think of just 6,000 and just 3 seniors. You can go way beyond that, and literally you could go silver if you sponsor and contact and sponsor enough people in your first 21 Club. But this is a great plan, which leads us to the bigger picture. Paragon Award. The main purpose of the Paragon Award is to help consultants at silver and lower ranks to advance to gold. However, a consultant at any PIN level can achieve the Paragon Award by satisfying the qualifications. This prestigious incentive is presented to a Nikken consultant at any rank who demonstrates the initiative to develop 3 or more silver legs in a specific period of 3 consecutive months. Qualification requirements within the 3 consecutive months are: 1, develop at least 3 silver or higher legs. So 3 separate frontline individuals and their groups who go silver or above. Register for Humans Being More training if you have not already completed it, and register for the online silver training, and attend, and also register for the gold training if you have not already completed either of those, and achieve a minimum of 36,000 PGV. You realize by putting pedal to the metal, by really moving and sharing Nikken, the gift of Nikken, and I love what Dennis Williams says, you're not begging a favor, you're sharing a gift. And by sharing a Nikken with many people in a short period of time, doing the Paragon Award, after having done the 21 Club, you can make a very good check within your first 90 days. Next slide. The Paragon Award includes recognition in Nikken Family Magazine and at the annual Leadership Convention, an engraved iPad, or a $1,000 check in addition to already good income. And so what I'd like to do is now invite our panel of amazing trainers and leaders. Dave, share some good ideas about the Paragon Award, and then we'll let the others do the same.
Oh, golly. I think anybody that's super successful is somebody that sees off in the future. They're long-range thinkers. They're not just, well, what am I going to do, and I'll try this meeting and see if it works or not. They're looking in the future, and the Paragon basically is all about multiplying and compounding by doing the right activity, not just today or tomorrow or just one 21 club, but doing this vital, just absolutely critical activity. This is what it's all about. What we're talking about is the activity that builds your business, talking to new people in a very highly effective way with the expert, and then you just do that over and over again, and wow, you are a paragon. You're an elite person. And I just got to say something. I love Dave Ramsey's Entre Leadership podcast. He's got all these really neat people to listen to, and if you want to be a paragon and let alone Diamond and Royal Diamond and all that kind of stuff, listen to the leaders. And he says something that just fits so much into what Nikken's all about. All the things he's done and says about, he made this comment that just really stuck in my mind, and I think all of us as leaders can agree too, that the most rewarding and the most frustrating and definitely the most profitable thing that you and I will ever do is to learn to lead high-quality people well. And to learn to build a culture in the company, and learn to bring someone on that's a high quality person, building the relationship and engaging them in the process, and then delegating and then teaching them and compensating them well, building a team of high quality thoroughbreds. That's what it's all about. When I first got into Nikken, I was so excited, like all of us. I think one of the big desires we have that are fundamental is to belong to a team, and being involved in a mighty and glorious mission where we're changing things, and that certainly fits into that. And so I just want to say that the greatest feeling after me being in 23 years is just kind of feeling like, wow, I had something to do with this. And that's what will happen to you in the years ahead. If you become a Paragon winner, you will have had something to do with all of this. This is a rich thing. Nikken, this is one of the few businesses that really truly has a heart and a soul. That really, you listen to our mission statement, the idea of humans being more. This is better than anything else out there. I found myself stuck in a radiator shop, and I just glanced down, and every company, every industry, has conventions and different things, and here was the magazine that for radio shop, a radiator shop, and talked about the virtues of copper versus aluminum and different things like that. But it had pictures of their national convention and all the things they were doing. And I just thought, it's important to have a good radiator in your car. But, this is so much more high and noble and fun. And the conventions we have, I know they had food and entertainment, but, boy, we have vision. We have passion far above and beyond helping a car run cool. So get involved in the Paragon. Sign up today. Get the app that's in the Nikken library for your 21 club and register. You're going to do it. Why not now?
Thank you, Dave. Dennis Williams, best practices, best ideas for Paragon Award, please.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to add here, but it's a natural progression to work on the Paragon Award from the Business 21 Club. Because if each of your 3 seniors you developed in that incentive go on and duplicate what you've just done, you'll have 3 business partners making silver, which will make you a gold. And gold is having 3 silver legs. So even if one of your personally sponsored people doesn't desire to become a silver, they may very well connect you to a business builder downline from them who you can work with. And when they become silver, they will bypass your personally sponsored person and become one of your silver legs. So, and I heard Dave mention, the mission statement, and that's what drives Ruth and I, is to inspire individuals to discover a whole new way of life and provide them the opportunity to live it by changing their lives through improved health and financial well-being. And that's what we do, and there's nothing in there about selling anything. Inspire is the key word. To inspire people to discover a way of life that they never even dreamed was a possibility for them and their families before, and then provide them the opportunity to live this new way of life that you've helped them discover by changing their lives with these wonderful technologies and wellness home products that we have, and then also changing their financial future with this invisible, leveraged, wealth-creating vehicle that we have called the Nikken business. So we're more excited about this today than we've ever been, and it's been over 21 years for us, just like a lot of the rest of you. And so just grab a hold of this, get those 21 clubs going in your group, get them doing yourself, get your people to doing them, progress on to the Paragon Award, and just make this thing, make your business explode. The time has never been better.
Wonderful. One of the most important things you can share and your most powerful tool is your story. First of all, your product story or people close to you and your family, but also your business story. Because, when you're talking to people, to new people, to prospects, they really just want to know 2 things. Number 1, do the products work? Number 2, can they make money at it? And will you help them? And is anybody making money, and will they get help in doing that? So if you get started or restart in your business, do the 21 Club once or twice, go into the Paragon Award. In the 30, 60, 90 days, you could have a big team, dozens or even 100 people in your network, like I did in my first 90 days, and have a big check to show. Now, when you're sharing that story to people that, hey, I just got started, or I took my business to a new level, and now in 90 days I did a Paragon Award, and I've got a check for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 or $6,000. That is exciting, and now in this economy more than ever, very much needed. Pat Mack, best practices, ideas for Paragon Award, please.
Well, what I like about the Paragon Award, first off, I'd love to see everyone do it. I'd love it to everybody that comes in to say, I'll do a 21 Club, and my goal will be to do a Paragon. In reality, I know not everybody will step up to that, but the reason I say I'd love to see everyone do it, no matter where you are in your business, is because it shifts you from a job mentality of what do I do today, and it gets you into an entrepreneurial pattern of how do I do a 90-day push with a goal that has a measurable outcome to increase my income. And so to me that's so exciting, because as you get new people that are coming in and they're saying, what do I do? If you as a leader have gone out and done your own strive to do a Paragon, whether it's absolutely successful or not, but your intent was to pull it off and do it, you're going to duplicate that model into your team. I kind of like to visualize it is, when you just do this business one day at a time, it's like playing checkers. What move do I do, and what result will I get from that move? But if you're going to do this to win, you want to play it like you're playing chess. And chess thinks multiple moves in the future. And so that's sort of what a Paragon is let's get into a 90-day push. I'll also say that no matter where you are in your business, every single leader, I can pretty much guarantee, goes into a 90-day push every time they want to increase their income and every time that they want to increase their rank. I know when we started, we did just what Bo talked about, and we went into the momentum with the 21 Club type activities and the Paragon activities, and we were a very strong check within 3 to 4 months, and we were in a income replacing, 2 careers we replaced our income in 10 months by doing these activities. But then when we wanted to launch a new country and we wanted to go diamond, we went into another 90-day push doing a Paragon-type activity. And we wanted to go from diamond to royal, we went into another 90-day push. So like Bo said, it's not just about being new and doing it, it's about where are you right now. Set a goal in the next 90 days to do a push like this, and if you're further into this business, look within your legs to determine who are going to do 21 clubs and help them step up to the plate and help them think in a 90-day pattern and set up Paragons, and you will really, really change the outcome of your business in 90 days, and it'll set you up for the next rank. So I'll pass it over to Matt.
Yeah, the simplicity of it is, as you look at it, 21 clubs, they're pretty simple to do. You could actually do one in a weekend. You could do one in a week. You could stretch it out over a month. But why not, if you're a brand new B getting started with some good A mentorship, start a 21 club. Do 2 in 1 month. You would become silver. And then you would do it again and create a silver. And so, 3 of those, by doing 2 a month, you could become gold and you'd get the Paragon. You'd be well on your way to success. I know, like Pat said, no matter where you're at in your business, you look at these incentive programs, you start them. I know when we were early on, we did multiple Paragons, and the rewards out of this Paragon are much more significant. So, $1,000 extra, that's significant. So shoot for that. But I know we have some folks down in Florida. Arlene Cook is a gold. She wants to move on to platinum. She has a new person on her team, Melissa, and they looked at the 21 club and says, well, why not? And so they didn't evaluate it. They didn't sit around thinking, what should we be doing? Or they just got started. They're about 800 points away from finishing it up. I would venture to say they may be one of the first ones to get their 21 club in and get in the pool of people to earn extra nights at the leadership conference. So, it's not waiting. It's go into action. Like Bo says, you don't need to know anything as a B. All you need to do is invite some people to listen to an A, or invite some people to a meeting, or invite people to a Skype or some event, and just get it done. I like the idea of getting 21 people in a room, doing a presentation in one day, and finish your 21 club the very next day. That's possible. So it's what Nikken has done for us here to simplify a pathway to the future for each and every one of us is just amazing. Love the company, love the leadership, and love the association that we have with all the Nikken family.
Can I say one more thing about the bonusing? Remember, we're taking people that are coming from do an action, get a reward called a salary, and then in that career field, they're used to maybe having something that they can do to earn a bonus. Well, when Mac and I launched, we were as in bad shape as Dave Johnson and some of the other leaders of having no cash flow and needing cash flow. So I looked at the basic plan, the 3x3, get out there, sponsor 21 wide and find your leaders plan, but I also needed to pay the bills month to month. And I looked at the incentive, and so the incentive with 21 Club and the Paragon is a $250 bonus and a $1,000 bonus. And so we're actually leading with that in our team as well. We're going into people and saying, look, here's a real strong way for you to launch, and look at this extra bonus you can win. You would not believe the way people are stepping up and moving toward that. Wow, there's something measurable. If I do more, I get a bonus. So, share that as well, because right now in today's economy, people are wanting to see what can I do to set up a business long term, but what can I do right now to take care of my present situation so my life is much easier. And so really leverage that with these incentives.
Excellent. Back to you, Bo.
Thank you, guys. Wow. I'm so proud and happy to be involved in this great company, the profession of network marketing. For those who are new, there's so many amazing benefits. First of all, the tax benefits of being self-employed, the possibility to create leveraged income, and those two things, tax benefits of being self-employed and to be able to multiply your time and effort through the efforts of others by empowering them, that is the formula for wealth. Trading time for money will never get it for you. So we have that potential, and many of us here, all of us here on this call have done it. But in addition to leveraging the time and efforts of many people, you're also leveraging the desires, the dreams, the skills of other people. And I want to acknowledge in my team, there are many people much better at Nikken than I am, but having played a part in them getting started or succeeding and teaching and sharing whatever I've known, they've gone on to create huge global businesses, and I've benefited. So you must realize we have something truly magical with these amazing magnetic and all the other products that we have, and very unique and powerful products, and this amazing ability to create a life of luxury, of freedom, of high income, all done by helping others, and to eventually build a global team and then be able to pass this on to your family, your heirs. It's remarkable. We're also, I know all the people here on the call so well, and we are living the dream, and we want to help you do it as well. To wrap this up, I'd like to pass this back over to the world's first Royal Ambassador, Mr. Dave Johnson.
Oh, boy, thanks. Boy, it's covered. I really hope you guys will listen to this again and again. I plan on it myself. One just little thought here. As you do this, very seldom will you bump into somebody and they say, oh, my goodness, oh, thank goodness you came here. Honey, run and get the checkbook. We're going into this big. Usually that doesn't happen. And so what it is, just assume they're going to do it. The key is follow up and follow through. Get back with them again and again. It's just like when I first met my wife. I liked her, but I didn't ask her to marry me that night. We went on a few dates, and I like to think of Nikken the same way. It's a courtship. It's building relationships. And so just kind of plan on getting back with that person. I found typically it's 4 or 5 individual contacts before somebody is really up and going and thinking, yeah, I want to do this. So one of the things could be giving them a CD, the other could be the ABC, another could be just following up on yourself, getting them to a meeting with them and demonstrating the product. All of these, I believe, are critical, and you want to do all of them. And so basically follow up. That's the key. I talk to lots of people and then get back with them. So it isn't just like, you're excited. Well, I'm glad to have you on the team. Let me know if you need any help. Guide them along. Get them plugged into all of this that's going on. And again, get back with people again and again. Look at this as a profession.
Wonderful. Any final comments, Dave, before we wrap this up and get it back to Colleen?
Oh, just really glad to be working with you guys, and the best is definitely yet to come. So I'm excited about the rest of the year. It's going to be the best of everything. And again, let's just go for it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dave, and Bo, and Pat, and Mac, and Dennis. Oh my gosh, what a fantastic WebEx. I personally have taken 8 or 10 pages of notes. There were so many great pieces of information that I wish I could go over everything, but I don't want to keep everyone, but there were just, I loved this presentation, and I have to say, Dave, happy anniversary. And the thought came to my mind that you got started a multi-million-dollar business in the month of July, and there really is no reason why anyone who's listening in today could not start a multi-million-dollar business in July, because July is still July today as it was 23 years ago. So I kind of thought, wow, anyone could get this thing going. And some people think July is not a good month, but it was obviously a great month for you, Dave. So
come and be like me.
Yeah, anyone can get going. It doesn't matter the month. It's what you do. And you know what? And I got such great words of wisdom from Dennis with doing the Paragon 2 times, and you're a silver. And Pat and Mac, you were just great information about the you're thinking about being an entrepreneur and doing 90 days versus being a salaried employee and thinking day to day. Amazing little notes here. So I just want to thank you guys. It was incredible. And, again, this has been taped. This is going to be, you can go in and listen to this again. It's really an honor to have you all on the call today. And I just want to say thank you so much. This was a really special presentation and truly a super Saturday. And so I want to personally thank Dennis, Pat, Mac, Dave, and Bo for putting this all together. And I also want to give a big shout-out to Marissa Gonzalez, who was our WebEx support person, and Frank back at the home office today. They're there, supporting this whole program. And, Marissa does an incredible job. She's kind of our backbone in the sales department. She handles both English and the Hispanic market. So if anyone has some Hispanic business, you can always contact Marissa. Just a couple of recaps. The Super Saturday promotion, if you got on late, the first 100 business builders who submit a completed application for the Business 21 will be entered into a draw. And from this pool of 100 names, there'll be 10 winners that will be randomly selected to receive 3 nights of free accommodation at the Green Valley Ranch Resort in Las Vegas. So that's for our National Leadership Conference in Las Vegas from October 21st to the 25th. So you want to also, get in to win, as everyone said. Just get started today. Get that going. And the information on the Super Saturday promotion will be recapped on Thursday. We have our kickoff call, Thursday the 1st of August at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. For all of you President Club members, you guys are all at noon Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's noon my time. Apologies about that. And so anyway, get registered if you qualify for the National Leadership Conference in Vegas. Your job is to bring people. We have an early bird rate of $99 and $159 per couple. That is over on August the 31st. Anyway, that's really all I have to say today, and I just want to thank everybody again. Incredible information. All this information will be in back office at mynikken.com as soon as we get it up. And thanks for joining us. Does anyone else any final words from everyone? But thank you for the wonderful morning and afternoon, wherever you may be.
Go out and do it, everybody. Just go do it.
Just go do it.
It's worth it.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.